Hello there and welcome here at Professor Herman Manyora. And when you see me, just know it is the big question. And I must say, politics nowadays is changing drastically as the weather is doing. So what do you think might be different this year, in this year's election, compared to the previous elections?
Not much. It will still be politics as usual.
Okay.
Just different players, different tactics, but still it will be politics. A little high octane. We have had betrayals in the past.
Okay.
We have had frictions in the past, but this is at another level.
Okay.
And we've never had a politician outside government who is as determined to be president as William Ruto. Raila was determined.
He's still determined.
He put in everything.
Yeah.
He's still determined, but Ruto is in another world.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in on an A game.
It's like for Ruto, it is the president or nothing else.
Okay. So the question coming in this week, there seems to be a delay in the choice of deputy from both Azimio and UDA. What do you think? Why do you think there is a delay in this?
There's no delay because if you go by the past experience,
Okay.
people have named their deputies just a couple of months before the election. Kalonzo and Mudavadi came after Easter. I'm very sure it was after Easter. Because I remember very well. After Easter and in May and the elections were in August. We are not yet in April. We are not yet in April.
Okay.
You can go all the way to 2002. When it became clear Wamalo will deputize Kibaki in the arrangements of those the old constitution. It has never been done at such a time. It's always just close to the election.
Okay.
So in that regard, I don't think it is it's too late.
I don't know if you remember the first show that we did was on choice of deputy for Raila. And this time around, I want us to do the choice of deputy for both parties. Okay.
Yes.
We're going to be starting with the UDA.
Yes.
And what should William Ruto go for? First of all, let's tackle the issue that we have Musalia Mudavadi now in UDA.
Simon, I can tell you, there is no way Ruto can give Mudavadi that seat.
Okay. And why are we ignoring Wetangula? Maybe Wetangula might be that person. Maybe he can be given that.
Other runs, wannabes. He's not a contender.
I remember the previous show you said you buy Musalia Mudavadi, you get
Wetangula.
Wetangula
People
for
around,
free.
that thing is doing the round.
Yeah.
Buy Musalia Mudavadi, get Wetangula free.
Yeah.
It's a joke, but people are allowed to crack jokes. This is the season of jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how it is.
And William Ruto might he be having this card that maybe he's waiting to drop from the mountain, maybe a checkmate card that is going to end the game?
He could have. He's a politician, and this is politics. Could have, except I don't see it.
Okay.
The only surprise, the only earthquake that Ruto and Mudavadi can have, if Ruto would feel he's so cornered, he hands over the card to Musalia, which is unlikely.
Is that going to be the end of the marriage between the two of them?
I'm saying, if Ruto felt he was so cornered, and it was not possible for him to deliver, to run, and then he's Tosha's, saying Mudavadi Tosha, that would be the only surprise.
But that, so you're saying that the DP now going behind and supporting, saying Mudavadi is the guy?
That could be the earthquake.
Okay, now let's move to Raila.
Yes.
Okay, you know the meeting they had of the Azimio in Kasarani, the major meeting. You know, majority of the people are waiting for Raila to unveil his deputy, but then he ended up saying that he was going to contest, which was so obvious. Everyone was knowing that he's going to contest.
Yes.
So if Raila is supposed to be going for a deputy president, who is he? Who should he look at?
You know, it's tricky for both.
Okay.
Sticking to time first. It is not easy for them to pick a deputy. First, they are confined to Mount Kenya, and this has implications. Second, even within Mount Kenya, there are the internal politics. But more importantly, Raila would want to see who Ruto picks. Likewise, Ruto would want to see. Now, Ruto has fell into the ditch first. By bringing Mudavadi on board, Ruto is now forced to name his deputy. And he must do it soon. Because the people of Mount Kenya are now apprehensive.
Questions are coming up.
Look like, ni kama ameleta Mudavadi huyu ampatie, and if he stays long, in the intervening period between now and the time he names the deputy, the longer he stays, the worse. Because Uhuru and Raila will use that intervening period to attack Mount Kenya. So he to forestall that, he must name his
DP.
running mate faster and earlier than he thought or he should have, so that people don't see Mudavadi as coming to take that position. So Raila is smiling.
You know, the decisions from the DP seems to be very sure decisions, you know.
Yes.
We cannot, you have said we cannot take him for granted.
You can't.
Because every decision that he's making, it ends up coming up with another, something very positive,
Yes.
adding votes for him.
Yes.
You know, maybe you saying that he needs people from the DP from the mountain,
Yes.
he might have Wetangula on board, maybe. And then maybe he's talking to the mountain people and telling them, you guys, wait and see, your position is still secure. Might we have that situation?
Ruto not naming the mountain, that is Kwisha.
Okay. Okay, and I was looking at Lee Kinyanjui, you know. He's not a pastor, he's a governor in Nakuru.
Yes.
Lee Kinyanjui.
Yes.
Might this bring a damage to Raila's camp?
There are
Having
only
Lee Kinyanjui.
there are only 4 candidates Raila can choose. 4.
Okay.
2 are a fringe, extremes. Lee Kinyanjui is one of them.
Okay.
On the extreme side, most unlikely, but still there.
Okay.
On the other extreme also, Peter Munya. And your timing Mount Kenya is vote. That leaves you with the 2 candidates. One of the candidates you are left with is the most talked about. Everybody expects Peter Kenneth to be the running mate. But there's one card, one dangerous card. And I've said this many times. James Mwangi of Equity. That one is a dangerous card.
How is it a dangerous card?
He's not even a politician.
How is he going to change
and
the
he
game
fits
for
in
him?
the scheme. He's not a politician, but he brings confidence to the business community, and Kikuyus are business people. They will say, we understand where we are from, why we are hurting, why our businesses are not doing good. Equity has assisted many of these businesses that are complaining. He will bring something on the table no other candidate can bring, not even Mother Karua. But what is more, why James Mwangi is a game changer? He is a caretaker deputy president, just like Raila. Because Raila is a caretaker president. Before the desired person is brought, just like Kibaki was a caretaker president before Uhuru was brought.
Okay.
So Raila will be a caretaker president before the desired candidate comes. So if you give Peter Kenneth will be looking at the presidency. But the system doesn't want Peter Kenneth to be the president. They must have somebody else in mind.
Okay.
So you want a deputy president who can step down at the end of the 5 years. He said, Raila and I were a transition government. We were midwifing this thing for the generational change, for the new Kenya. We have done our bit. And as Raila retires, I too am retiring. You leave the slate clean for the system now to fill. That's why I say James Mwangi is a dangerous card.
Okay.
Dangerous card.
So when we were starting the show, you
Just
said,
like Duale will be a dangerous card for Ruto.
Okay, you said that Moi Kibaki was also a caretaker president.
Yes.
Okay, and he ended up running for second term.
Yes.
Might you have the same situation with Raila?
Now, let me explain. Kibaki was meant to be there for 5 years as Uhuru was being processed by the system.
Okay.
They made a blunder with the referendum. The betrayal they did for Raila, they should have found a way of dealing with Raila within the constitution. They had a chance to create the constitution and give Raila prime minister position without powers, even with the possibility of trimming the powers downwards further. They wanted to remove Raila from the equation. Then Raila made the whole thing difficult. And therefore Uhuru could not come in 2007. Because they had created their own mess.
Okay.
So they needed Kibaki to do another 5 years as they deal with Raila.
Okay, since we are talking about deputy president,
Yes.
I also want to. Yesterday I saw a post of Jimmy Wanjigi on Instagram. I don't know how active you are on Instagram. Are you active?
No.
You're not active.
Kidogo sana, yeah.
He posted a photo of
I'm
him.
a Twitter guy.
He posted a photo of him and Kalonzo.
Yes.
And down there on the comment he wrote, on the comment section he wrote, loading with some dots. some suspense. So I'm trying to see a situation where maybe Kalonzo might run for president, having Jimmy Wanjigi as the deputy, or vice versa.
Yes.
How is this going? What impact is this bringing to the election this year?
Zero. In terms of what some people think it could be a third force to force a runoff. No. They could get a few sprinkling of votes here and there.
So it's not such a good union.
They will not get 1 million votes.
Okay. And Nairobi has been playing a major role in the presidency of this country.
Yes.
And when I talk about Nairobi, I want to talk about the governorship of Nairobi. And right now, there are a lot of candidate aspirants. Okay. And when Musalia Mudavadi joined in with Ruto, he came abroad with some people like Sakaja.
Yes.
You know, Sakaja is very determined to go for the seat.
Yes.
And also Ruto had people like, you said he's going to
Bishop
be losing people like Bishop.
Yeah.
So what is going to happen?
Those are the dynamics of politics.
Okay.
You bring in some, you lose some. So it's a question of balance. If you go to Kakamega and antagonize Boni Khalwale because of Malala, because Malala has been very instrumental in bringing Mudavadi to UDA. So there must be some promises made to him. So when you bring in Malala, you must deal with the fallout from Khalwale.
Okay.
He may even play along because Khalwale will realize his corner. There's not much he can do. He's burned his bridges, so he can't go back. Because there's a man called Baraza there, very tough, and the rest, Kena Savula are there. So he could still play along, hoping to be made minister.
Okay.
But still, it has impact. He has followers who will be hurt. Sakaja will antagonize not just Bishop Wanjiru, but the Kikuyu vote in Nairobi.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So Nairobi is tricky for Ruto. You support Sakaja at a great cost.
You lose the Kikuyu vote.
At a great cost. And the Luyia are yet to choose between Tim Wanyonyi and Sakaja.
So what should
you could end up with nothing.
What should he do now?
Eh?
What should he?
He's a politician. That is his work. He should come and he should pay me.
He should pay you for consultation.
Yes, yes.
Won't we have the same scenario with Raila?
Raila has a problem because if Ngatia is coming with such a force, and yet there are so many question marks about Ngatia. You get it? You are also likely to antagonize certain quarters because of Ngatia. So I'm saying it is so difficult. They are walking a minefield. Both Ruto and Raila, when it comes to Nairobi, it's so tricky. Okay. They will have to be extremely careful. And they will have to, for Raila, he will have to do proper tribal balance. Proper tribal balance.
Votes in Nairobi, as we finalize, votes in Nairobi, are they brought in by the tribes?
Of course. There are 3 vote blocks, 3, 4. They are the Luyia, I think the Luyia are majority. People may argue. The Luyia are the majority. Okay. Followed by the Kikuyu, then the Luo, then the Kamba.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody...
It's just that the Luyia vote is not an active vote.
Okay.
But if Luyas were to be active and even register now, they will take all the seats in
another question coming up.
Top seats, governor, senator, blah, blah, they will take all of them.
Okay, another question that just came right now into my mind. Yes. What happens to this election when the Luyia people decide to unite as one people, under one umbrella? If
they were to unite, they will take many seats in Nairobi, parliamentary seats, MCA. They will take a minimum of 6, 7 seats, parliamentary. They will take 30 MCA seats. I've done my arithmetics. Okay. They will take governor. They will take women rep. They will take senator, but they can donate one to somebody else.
Maybe you include there as an MP.
Me, I can get anything I want. If I stand for Senate, who can beat me in Nairobi? If I stand for MP Westlands or Langata, who would beat me? Langata, I'm the mayor of Langata.
Major like a governor,
you run Jalango in Langata against Manyora. People just laugh. None of these guys can beat me in Langata. And I don't know why Raila is not putting me there. I just take the seat. I don't even campaign. Even this Senate, who can beat me? Karen Nyamu? To beat me in Nairobi? Who can beat me?
You think your YouTube fans are going to come out in numbers and they are going to
vote?
Not
YouTube. YouTubers don't vote. And these are just a handful of people. Okay. You need 800,000 votes to win the Senate seat in Nairobi. Those are not YouTubers. Those are just people who know Manyora is a serious guy. And I'm the only man who can excite the Luyia vote.
Okay, so I'm going to wind the conversation at that. Thank you very much for always coming back, for always showing us the love. We also love you. We also appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so.